start cross-legged. And just relax here, lengthen through the back. Close your eyes, maybe draw your chin in slightly. And bring your awareness towards your breath. Just keeping the natural breath here. No need to manipulate. And just feel your sitting bones grounding through the mat. Just following each inhale and each exhale. As you notice the air entering through your nose, filling up your lungs, and exhaling back into the air. Just notice where in the body you notice the rising and falling. Is it your chest or your belly? And start to deepen your inhales and your exhales as you activate your ujjayi breath, making a light constriction in the back of your throat. This breathing helps create heat in the body and also helps us stay focused throughout the practice. So make sure you use your ujjayi breath throughout the practice today. And when you're ready, just gently open your eyes. And then just starting by bringing the arms over the head on the inhale, crossing our palms facing up, and twisting to the right. Rounding through the sitting bones here, just lengthening through the back. Chin slightly tucked in. And exhale, release back to center. Again, inhale. Sweep your arms up and palms facing up, twisting to the other side. Bring the shoulder blades down the back. Biceps in line with the ears. And then release back to center, placing the hands on the shins here. Inhale, bring the chest forward, maybe gently bringing the neck back. And exhale, rounding through the back. Inhale, chest forward. And exhale, rounding through the back, engaging the core here. Last round. Imagine someone pulling your chest up from the ceiling. And exhale, round through the back. And then back to center. Place your right forearm into the mat. And just bring your left arm over your head. As far as you can go. Doesn't matter how deep. Still grounding through the sitting bones here. Feeling that nice stretch in your side rib. Grounding through your forearm here. And then release back to center. Other side. And exhale, bring the arm over the head. Maybe releasing the neck here, let it hang. And release back to center. And we're going to meet on our hands and knees. Making sure our wrists are in line with the shoulders. Then our knees are in line with the hips. Starting with some cat-cow. So inhale, open the chest, lift the chin up and the tailbone. And exhale, round through the back here. Inhale, lift, opening through the gates of the heart. And exhale, round through, rounding the back here, pressing the mat away. Inhale, cow pose. And then exhale, rounding through the back. And then maybe leaning all the way back into child's pose. Reaching the arms in front. Pressing the bases of our fingertips into the mat, opening up those shoulders, maybe sending the biceps up towards the ceiling. And then releasing back to center, and with our nice active fingers pressing through the mat, just tuck the toes and lift up in downward facing dog. Making sure the hands are in line with the shoulders, and then the feet are in line with the hips here. Just bending one knee and then the other. Making sure you're pressing firmly into your index and your thumb, and just rotating those arms to open shoulders here. Lifting through the tailbone. And then maybe nod your head yes, shake your head no, whatever feels nice. And when you're ready, take an inhale and exhale. Start walking slowly towards the front of the mat. And then feet hips width, just grabbing hold of your elbows here, rocking from side to side. Drawing the crown of the head towards the mat, knees bent here. And an option to also clasp the hands behind the back and bring your arms over your head. Making sure not to lock the elbows, just keep them soft. And then release the arms and start rolling up vertebrae by vertebrae all the way to a standing mountain pose, Tadasana. We'll start at the top of our mat. Big toes touching, heels slightly wide apart. Just grounding through the four corners here of our feet, engaging our legs, engaging our core, drawing the shoulder blades down the back. Lengthening through the crown of the head. We're going to start with some sun salutations. So inhale, sweep your arms up, look over your head, and exhale, hinge, fold forward from the hips here. Maybe bending the knees here. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, flat neck, and exhale, plant your palms into the mat, stepping back into plank. Wrists in line with the shoulders, legs nice and active, core engaged and lifted. And option to stay in plank or go down to the knees. And then exhale, lower down slowly, all the way onto your bellies. And then reach your arms in front. And on the exhale, lift your chest and your legs in locust pose. Try to lengthen through the body from the tips of your toes all the way into your fingertips. Then release. Bring your hands by your chest and inhale, lift up into a baby cobra. Toes planted into the mat here firmly, and exhale, releasing back down. Again, inhale, lift, baby cobra. Exhale, release. This time, see if you can lift slightly higher up. And then look towards your right. Feeling that nice stretch in the neck. And then back to center and release down. And then inhale, lift up, looking to the left side. And release back to center. Tuck your toes, use your core to lift up in downward facing dog. Again, lengthening and stretching the legs here, bending one knee and the other. And make sure you're pressing the mat away from you by firmly planting your fingertips into the mat. Exhale, look forward, step or jump towards the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, forward fold. And inhale, press through the feet, grounding, and then lift your arms up. And exhale, palms to heart, Tadasana, mountain pose. Again, inhale, sweep your arms up, and sit back in Utkatasana, chair pose. Weight into the heels here. Engaged core, sending your tailbone down. Knees can be together or slightly apart here. And then exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back into plank pose. Lower down, chaturanga. Shoulders no lower than elbows here. Inhale, baby cobra or upward facing dog. Wrists in line with the shoulders, pressing the thighs and the feet off the mat. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg and bend your knee open. Open through the hips here. Pressing equally into the palms of your hands. And then bring your knee back to center and exhale, bringing the knee to chest and holding here. Pressing the mat away, engaging the core, lifting the knee up. And then step your right foot by your right hand and lift up in warrior one, planting the back foot 45 degrees, making sure your knee is on top of your ankle here. Just keeping the core engaged, shoulder blades down the back, just look forward. And then take a deep inhale. And then on the exhale, plant your palms back down and lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg up and bend your knee, sending your heel towards your bum. Just opening through that shoulder as you press the mat away to create that length in the back as well. And then bring your knee back to center and then knee to chest. Holding here for a moment, pressing the mat away, engaging the core, and then step your left foot by your left thumb, plant your back foot, Virabhadrasana 1. You want to press on the outer edge of your back foot and make sure your front knee is not collapsing. That is on top of the heel or maybe slightly less bent, depending on how your knee is feeling today. Take an inhale and exhale, plant your palms back down, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, use your core to lift up and downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward, and exhale, step towards the front. And then inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. And then inhale, sit back in your chair pose. Maybe this time lowering down slightly more, going deeper into it. And then exhale, back to Tadasana, palms to your heart. Taking a moment here to notice how the mind is feeling. Bring your awareness to your breath, staying present in today's practice. Again, inhale, sweep your arms up, look over your head, and exhale, hinge forward from the hips. Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, step back, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg, step it by the right thumb, and move into low lunge, dropping the knee down. And on the inhale, sweep your arms over your head, keeping that nice space between the ear and the shoulders. And then, on the exhale, open your arms, creating that resistance, cactus arms, and then bring your arms forward, making a nice circle. Again, inhale, look up, and then open through the arms, nice big circle, and lift back to center. Again, last round, and back to center here. And then plant your left palm in to the mat, and twist and bring your right arm over your head. So option to stay here, or to lift your back knee. Holding here in twisted lunge, pressing the mat firmly away from you, making a nice energy line from your lower hand to your upper hand. Using your leg to stay nice and lifted. And then bring your right palm down, step back into plank and lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg up and step it by the left finger. Bring the arms over the head, sending the knee towards the front, opening up through that hip. And then on the exhale, nice cactus arms, opening up through the shoulder blades. And then bring the fingertips to the mat And again, keep rounding here. Exhale, open. Inhale, make a circle. Exhale, making that nice strong resistance. And open. And then back to center. Place your right palm into the mat and open through the left. Making a nice straight line. Shoulders stacked on top of each other. Option to also lift the back knee. And you can look up if your neck is okay today. Lifting firmly using the strong thighs. Using your Ujjayi breath always. And then exhale, plant your palm down, step back into plank and lower down. Exhale, chaturanga. Elbows hugging in. Inhale, upward facing dog. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step towards the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. And inhale, sweep your arms over your head in Urdhva Hastasana, core engaged. And exhale, palms to heart, Tadasana. Inhale, sweep your arms over your head. And exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up and step it between your hands. Plant your back foot, warrior two. So make sure your front heel is in line with your back arch. Making a nice line. Look over your right fingertips. And then flip your right palm open and reverse warrior. Dropping your left hand down wherever it goes. And just opening through the side here, making sure your front knee is in line with your heel. And then exhale, release. And straighten our front leg. Bring our toes towards the long side of the mat. Place a hand on the hips. And maybe point the toes slightly inwards. Inhale, look up. And exhale with a nice straight back, hinge from the hips. Place the palms on the floor, fingertips. Again, inhale, lengthen. And exhale, fold forward all the way. Doesn't matter how deep. Head might be touching the mat or not. Maybe walk your fingertips back to your feet. Option to stay here, or maybe grab with your right hand your left foot and again open up through the left arm, sending it over the head. Option to keep the knees slightly bent here also. And then release back to center. Maybe left hand reaches the right foot and then open up again here. Sending that right arm over the head. And then release back to center. And then on the inhale with a nice straight back, hands on the hips, lift up slowly, slowly, all the way. Back to center. And then option to move to downward facing dog or take a vinyasa here. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Resting here a moment in downward facing dog. Option to take a child's pose as well. And then when you're ready, inhale, lift your left leg up and step it between your hands. Warrior two, other side. Again, dropping the shoulder blades down the back, making sure your arms are nice and parallel to the mat here, drawing the shoulder blades down the back. And then flip your left palm and reverse. Maybe let your neck hang. You can keep sending your knee towards the front of the mat. And then release back to warrior two. Straighten the front leg. Rotate your foot towards the long side of the mat. And again, inhale. Lengthen here, look up. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen again. And exhale, fold forward. drawing the crown of the head towards the floor. Option to stay here or also clasp your hands behind your back or bring your arms over your head. Keeping your elbows soft here. Breathing Ujjayi as always. And then release your arms to the mat. And then inhale, lift, hands on the hips, and then lift up all the way slowly. And again, option to take a downward facing dog or a vinyasa. Lowering down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step to the front. Cross your feet, your legs, and sit. Lower down all the way, if your back is okay. Vertebrae by vertebrae. All the way onto the mat. And then lift your right leg up. And maybe you can lift your leg as well, your left one. Bring your palms together and bring it on the right side. And we're going to do some pulses. So sit-ups with the palms going to the right side. Let's do 10. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold the last one, guys. And release. Maybe bring your knees together, feet mats width apart. And just pause here for a moment. Other side now. So bring the left leg up. Maybe right stays slightly higher than the mat as well. Again, palms together, other side, 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold the last one. And release. Maybe soles of the feet together this time. Just flop open. Left hand on belly, right hand on the heart. Notice how your heart is beating. And then knees back to center. Maybe hug your knees this time. Rock from side to side. And then place your hands on your thighs. Option to roll back and forth into seated. Or you can just sit up. Give your back a little massage. And then cross your leg, plant your palms, and move into downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale. And exhale, look forward. And then from plank, lower down all the way slowly onto the belly. Option to keep the legs planted into the mat, or you can lift them. Place your hands behind your back, and inhale, lift your chest and your legs in locust pose, Shalabhasana. Looking down here, you want to keep a nice length from your feet to your head. You don't want to be crunching the neck. Sending your hands towards your tailbone, closer to your feet. And exhale, release. Favorite cheek onto the mat. Maybe sway from side to side, give yourself a massage. And then another round. Inhale, lift. Maybe lift your legs higher this time, or your chest. Breathing through the chest here in the Ujjayi breath. And exhale, release other cheek into the mat. Maybe sway from side to side. And then plant your hands by your ribs. And inhale, take an upward facing dog. And then downward facing dog. And inhale, look forward, exhale, step and cross your feet. And sit back. And roll slowly, slowly, slowly Knees bent here, no wider than hips. See if you can touch your heels with your fingertips. And then inhale, lift up in bridge pose. Clasp your hands behind your back, draw your shoulder blades in closer together, and lift. Sure your knees don't open up here. Keep them nice and parallel. And then release slowly. And maybe knees together, feet mats width apart. And again, back to center. Touching the heels with the fingertips, and then inhale, lift and clasp the hands behind the back, keeping a nice space between the chin and the chest. Pressing the mat away, lift the hips high as you can go. And exhale, release slowly. Maybe soles of the feet together this time. Putting a hand on your heart and the other one on your belly. And then back to center. Give yourself another hug. And just rock from side to side. And then just release your left leg, right knee in, and exhale, twist towards the left. Option to look over your right shoulder as well here. And for an even deeper stretch, for those of you who wish, you could also use your right hand to hold your left foot. This is just optional. And then back to center. Other side, bring the left knee in and twist towards the right. Look over your left. And then an option to grab hold of your right foot. And then release back to center. Give yourself a nice big hug. And rock from side to side. Maybe even take a happy baby. And grab the outer edge of your feet here, also rocking. Making any final movements before our final resting pose. When you feel ready, just drop your legs wider than your hips. Bring your arms by your side. Keep a nice space between your ears and your shoulders. Chin slightly tucked in, keeping that length in the back. Release your Ujjayi breath. And notice your natural breathing in Shavasana. Start to bring your awareness to your body. Notice the sounds around you. You can start making gentle movements in your fingers and your toes. Bring your arms over your head and take a nice stretch. Your legs and your arms. And bringing your knees to your chest. And rolling to your right side. Pausing here for a moment of gratitude. Thank yourselves for showing up this morning, for being here, taking care of your bodies and your minds. And with your eyes still closed, with your left palm, you can press yourself up gently into a cross-legged position. And palms to your heart. Thank you guys for joining me today. Hope you have a lovely day. Namaste.
Thank you, Myriam.
Myriam.
It was great.
Thanks, guys.
Have
Have a nice day.